Hello, I'm the WWE Hardcore legend Mick Foley, and you are watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I am so excited to introduce you to an interview with one of my all-time favorites, a wrestling legend, Mick Foley. Hello.
I had no idea about that. Thank you.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So this is my first trip since I had my knee replaced, and doctors suggest not flying for a few months.
Okay.
And as I was on the flight last night, I'm like, now I know why. So it was really uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
But I'm here now, and we're gonna have a great time right here in London, Ontario.
At London Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Thank you for taking the time to join me.
You're welcome.
It's a super exciting time because Saint Mick is officially out, your latest book. People are absolutely loving this release. And
How do you know that?
Because I've seen it everywhere. Something that we all know about you is that you love the holidays, especially Christmas and being Santa. But when did your fascination with that begin? How did that all stem?
Well, I guess as a small child, but I kind of believed that it had something to do with being away a lot from home, and when my older children were younger, and trying to like prolong the Christmas season for as long as possible, and then trying to bring it back in the summer when we'd attend a theme park in New Hampshire called Santa's Village. And I know there's another a very nice Santa place in somewhere in Ontario.
Okay.
I have not visited there, but
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I know. I've tried to put it on the schedule a few times. So if someone wants to book me within a couple 100 kilos of there, let me know. And so I just love it. And if the kids are in the room, you might want to get them out of here. So we're talking like code. But I grow out my beard all year so I can be the best ambassador that I can be for Santa.
I love that.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to ask you, knowing how much the holiday means to you, what is one of the best gifts you have been given for Christmas?
My son gave me an elf oath.
Okay.
Where he swore to be my number one elf, and then tried to go back on it a year later. And I'm like, no, I've got the oath, man. I'm the guy that likes to have stuff made for him. So it doesn't matter how bad it is.
The personal stuff.
Yeah. So I think when my youngest son was like 7, he made me a village out of cardboard. In no way, shape, or form did I need a village made out of cardboard, but I found places for it. And it was only like 7 years later, I was like, he asked me about it. I was like, no, I put it up there because I love you. So I have the knock that he now goes, well, I can't even ask you an honest question. You're going to say you like everything I do. So I guess that's a flaw as a father if you compliment your son too much.
Did you end up using the elf oath? Did you put it to any advantage?
Yeah,
what did you use it on?
Well, to guilt him into another year of elf service. There's a story in my book about how we were joking about like how humorous it would be if, say, Santa was flatulent at a home, and then he got his head caught on that and then refused to participate last year unless we could have the flatulent Santa, you know. And so no, I couldn't do that, but I had a wonderful visit at Christmas Eve, and family was so excited. You know, I got a text message and I said, is this a visit you would like to have again next year? It's, oh, we would love that. I went, can I place a condition on it? So this Christmas Eve, there will be a home on Long Island. We'll be hosting a farting Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, WWE have been absolutely killing it with their pay-per-views. The most recent being Hell in a Cell, which was a fantastic showing. When you see your friends and colleagues, though, in any type of Hell in a Cell atmosphere, does the anxiety just hit you right away again?
Yeah, I get worried. I was watching the show, and I hear, I think Corey Graves go, ask Mick Foley how dangerous is it up there? And I'm like, whoa. So I just was on. So I try not to like live tweet, you know. I try to leave the show alone and then say something afterwards. I was like, it is really dangerous up there. Thanks for asking. And so I was worried about the health of both the guys, and they seem to be fine. And Kevin Owens is contributing an item to my Wrestlers for Puerto Rico auction, which is starting
Amazing job with that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't say that yet until you see it.
A lot of great people are contributing.
Oh, every day there's something else arriving. And so we're hoping to raise a lot of money. And 100% of the proceeds will go to AmeriCares, which is a 4-star charity, and we're hoping to raise a lot of money for people who can use it.
Well, one of my favorite WWE segments is when you actually interviewed Shane McMahon, and I know how worried you were going into that. There was a lot of anxiety for you and some nerves, and understandably so. It is, of course, your boss's son in that sense. But I was wondering if you could pick the brain of anybody, whether it is a wrestler, a musician, who would you love to have that one-on-one conversation
with? A wrestler or a magician, did you say?
Musician.
A magician.
If you want a magician, go for it.
A wrestler. I think Sheryl Crow is very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow is very. I love Tori Amos. Love the music of Tori Amos.
Yeah.
You know. I'd like to go back in time and interview Nat King Cole before he did some of his greatest Christmas songs.
Okay. So, of course, it all goes back to Christmas.
Or should I pick a Canadian? Or Bryan Adams, definitely a Canadian guy. Got
play
a
it
pander.
up to all
play
the
it
Canadian
out. Bryan
viewers.
Adams. Yeah. I saw him warm up for the Kinks in '82.
Really?
Yeah, that's how far back I go. Yeah.
What a bill.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. I remember he sang "Take Me Back" was his. Take me back, won't you? Yeah. So yeah, I know a little rock and roll.
Well, aside from having the passion for both wrestling and all
Bill
things
Shatner is
Christmas,
passing.
he is.
Hi, Bill.
Hello.
Nice to see you. All right.
I know that it also goes into Tom Petty, and you wrote a really beautiful post for his recent unfortunate passing. What about his music really resonated with you?
Wow, you know, that was the same day we had the terrible shooting in Las Vegas. And it was, I'm glad I took the time to write something. It's not as much as I would have liked to have written about Tom. But Tom Petty was one of those great, I was going to say American institution, but clearly he was loved around the globe. He kind of took for granted, you know, like he's been so good for so long. And, you know, I think maybe 3-4 years ago I stopped getting, you know, the Petty, before you stopped getting CDs. Second of all, he had a channel on Sirius because you just expect, oh, he's going to come out with something else even better. And my daughter brought up to me that she doesn't ever remember a road trip we took where I didn't have a Tom Petty.
Highway Companion, right?
Yeah, Highway Companion. And that came out in 2005, but there was always something, you know, from the late 70s stuff and way before CDs where I'd have the cassette tapes and somebody gave me some soundboard recordings of Tom live. I just loved him. I think like the honesty and the integrity of his music really shone through. And I've had the radio on XM 31, Tom Petty station, and I'm playing his albums on iHeartRadio. He was a great performer and a guy who really believed in the power of music.
Well, over the years, you have formed an absolutely incredible fan base, me being one of those many people. So just to wrap things up, is there anything you would like to leave with those viewing?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. It's really flattering. I mean, I figure when you hit 50 and you're still in sweatpants, yeah, you've done something right. Yeah, you've done something right. So not a lot of guys get away with this look, you know, including the fanny pack. And so I'm very thankful to have hit 50 and still be able to show up in parts of the country or North America or the world, sign my name, make people smile. It's not a bad way to make a living.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. You have no idea how much this means to me personally, so thank you. I appreciate it.
You could have told me before the interview, and then I would have known instead of springing
I said it
on
at the
me.
beginning, right?
All right, yes, you
I did put it in there.
Well, thank you very much. It's very flattering.
It was my pleasure. And remember, to everybody viewing, you can visit us at amusicblogger.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more. See ya.